All right, let's talk about something that I think a lot of us can relate to, even if we feel a little guilty about it. I'm talking about that deep, sinking feeling you get the second your phone starts ringing. I mean, you know the drill, right? The phone lights up, it starts vibrating across the table, and you just stare at it. You're almost willing it to stop ringing. And then, of course, a few minutes later, the guilt hits. That's when you pick it up and send that classic text, "Hey, so sorry I missed your call. What's up?" But here's the thing. We usually label this behavior in a pretty negative way, right? We think, oh, I'm being rude, or maybe we just chalk it up to social anxiety. But what if it's not about that at all? The psychology behind this actually suggests it's a sign of something way deeper going on in your cognitive wiring. So let's dive into the first set of traits. This is all about what's happening inside the brain of a deliberate thinker. Okay, so trait number 1. You could call this a mastery of the pause. Psychologists have a term for it, cognitive inhibition, and it's a huge deal for minds that are always in what they call continuous processing mode. See, your brain isn't just a simple input-output machine. It's not just taking in info and spitting out a response. No, it's analyzing, it's decoding, it's unraveling everything. But a phone call demands you react right now. And for a mind that absolutely treasures that little bit of space between a thought and an action, that sudden demand feels, well, incredibly intrusive. And this is such a brilliant way to reframe it. You aren't being slow, you're being deliberate. You're actively choosing to respond with clarity instead of just reacting with more noise. Okay, let's build on that with our next trait. Trait number 2 is having high cognitive complexity. You know what I'm talking about. It's that tendency to replay and analyze conversations over and over from every single angle you can think of. So if your brain is already a super highway of thoughts, you're analyzing the past, processing the present, and trying to predict the future all at once, then the sheer unpredictability of a live phone call is just exhausting. It slams another layer of cognitive overload onto an already busy system. And that's why texting can feel like such a relief. A phone call is immediate, it's live, and you're verbally locked in to whatever you say. But a text, that gives your brain the breathing room it needs to actually organize your thoughts before you hit send. All right, let's shift gears a bit. The next couple of traits move beyond just how you think and dive into how you process all the sensory and social stuff coming at you from the world. This brings us to trait number 3, which is a really high sensitivity to missing social cues. You have to remember, as humans, we are hardwired, evolutionarily speaking, to pay way more attention to faces than to just words. Just think about how much information is completely gone on a phone call. You lose all the micro behaviors, those tiny shifts in tone you'd catch in person. And of course, you get zero facial expressions. For someone who's naturally very observant, this forces your brain to work overtime, trying to fill in all those blanks. And honestly, that can lead straight to social burnout. I absolutely love this metaphor because it's just so perfect. If you're someone who is used to seeing the little things that others miss, a phone call really is like trying to drive in a thick fog. All that critical information you normally rely on, it's just gone. And that leads us perfectly into trait number 4, a deep, profound dislike for small talk. Seriously, for a lot of deep thinkers, that kind of surface-level chit-chat is just incredibly draining. And again, let's be clear, this is not about being antisocial. It's about preferring conversations that have what you might call mental resonance, where ideas actually connect and build on each other. Phone calls, especially those just checking in calls, often fall into these predictable, boring routines that just feel exhausting to a brain that's craving depth. You're not avoiding people, you're just prioritizing the quality of connection over the quantity of attention. All right, we're heading into our final set of traits now, and this last group is all about self-preservation. These are the strategies your brain uses to protect its own energy and its own sense of autonomy in what can be a really demanding world. So, trait number 5 is all about protecting your cognitive bandwidth. You can think of avoiding phone calls as a powerful act of self-preservation, because to do any kind of deep, focused work, you need what you might call cognitive quiet. An unexpected phone call is more than just an interruption. It's a micro distraction that completely shatters your flow state. In one single instant, it yanks you out of a focused, creative growth mode and shoves you into a reactive survival mode. So when you choose not to answer, you're not ignoring someone. You're consciously reallocating your very limited mental energy toward the things that actually matter to you. Okay, on to trait number 6, a really strong, almost instinctual need for autonomy. I mean, think about what a ringing phone actually is. It's an external demand. It's someone else deciding that you must speak to them right this second. And for anyone who really values their personal freedom and their independence, that can trigger something called psychological reactance. It's a fancy term for a simple idea. Your resistance isn't really about the person who's calling. It's your brain's natural automatic pushback to get back your sense of control over your own time and your own focus. And that brings us to our 7th and final trait, a reliance on internal validation. At its core, this is all about where you get your sense of self-worth. See, you don't need that constant dopamine hit from social notifications or a loud, busy interaction to feel like you matter. Your self-worth comes from your own standards, your own achievements, and your rich inner world. And what that means is you're actually perfectly comfortable being a little out of sync with the world that demands we all be available 24/7. So let's bring this all together. If you've been nodding along, recognizing yourself in some or all of these traits, here's the big takeaway. Your preference for texting over talking, or for just silence, it isn't a flaw. It's not something that needs to be fixed. It's a feature. It's a feature of a mind that's built to value depth, control, and authenticity over all the surface level noise. So please remember this. You're not broken. You're not weird. You're not antisocial. You are just wired for a different and frankly, often deeper kind of connection. And really, truly understanding that, well, that can change everything.